Good day each and everyone. This is Farhana M. Sambudato. In this video, we'll take a look at what's included in 21st century skills, how they help students, and why they're so important. To start, let's dive into the three categories that 21st century skills fall into. Each 21st century skill is broken into one of three categories. First, learning skills. Second, literacy skills. Third, life skills. So let's give the definition of the following categories of the 21st century skills. So let's have learning skills, or the 4Cs. Teaches students about the mental processes required to adapt and improve upon a modern work environment. We also have literacy skills, or IMT. Focuses on how students can discern facts, publishing outlets, and the technology behind them. There's a strong focus on determining trustworthy sources and factual information to separate it from the misinformation that floods the internet. Last one, we have life skills, or FLIPS. Take a look at intangible elements of a student's everyday life. This intangible focus on both personal and professional qualities. Altogether, these categories cover all 12 21st century skills that contribute to a student's future career. So later on, madiscuss natin yung 12 skills na na-divide doon sa tatlong category. Now let's have learning skills, or the 4Cs are by far the most popular 21st century skills. These skills are also called learning skills. So yes, more educators know about these skills because they're universal needs for any career. They also have vary in terms of importance depending on an individual's career aspirations. So we have the 4 of 21st century skills. So these are critical thinking, or finding solution to problems. Arguably, critical thinking is the most important quality for someone to have in health sciences. In business settings, critical thinking is essential to improvement. It's the mechanism that weeds out problems and replaces them with fruitful endeavors. It's what helps students figure stuff out for themselves when they don't have a teacher at their disposal. Next one, we have creativity. Creativity, or thinking outside the box. Creativity is equally important as a means of adaptation. This skill empowers students to see concepts in a different light, which leads to innovation. In any field, innovation is key to adaptability and overall success of a company. Learning creativity as a skill requires someone to understand that the way things have always been done may have been the best 10 years ago, but someday, that has to change. We also have collaboration. Collaboration, or working with others. Collaboration means getting students to work together, achieve compromises, and get the best possible results from solving a problem. Collaboration may be the most difficult concept in the 4Cs, but once it's mastered, it can bring companies back from the brink of bankruptcy. The key element of collaboration is willingness. All participants have to be willing to sacrifice parts of their own ideas and adopt others to get results for the company. That means understanding the idea of a greater good, which in this case tends to be company-wide success. We also have communication, or talking to others. Communication is the glue that brings all of these educational qualities together. Communication is a requirement for any company to maintain profitability. It's crucial for students to learn how to effectively convey ideas among different personal types. That has the potential to eliminate confusion in a workplace, which makes your students valuable parts of their teams, departments, and companies. So, effective communication is also one of the most underrated soft skills in the United States. For many, it's viewed as a given, and some companies may even take good communication for granted. But when employees communicate poorly, whole projects fall apart. No one can clearly see the objectives they want to achieve. No one can take responsibility because nobody's claimed it. Without understanding proper communication, students in the 21st century will lack a pivotal skill to progress their careers. Now, let's proceed to category 2, the literacy skills, or IMT. They're sometimes called IMT skills, and They're each concerned with a different element in digital comprehension. Now, the three 21st century literacy skills are: first, information literacy, or understanding facts, figures, statistics, and data. Information literacy is the foundational skill. It helps students understand facts, especially data points that they'll encounter online. More importantly, it teaches them how to separate fact from fiction. In an age of chronic misinformation, finding truth online has become a job all on its own. It's crucial that students can identify honesty on their own. Otherwise, they can fall prey to myths, misconceptions, and outright lies. We also have media literacy, understanding the methods and outlets in which information is published. Now, media literacy is the practice of identifying publishing methods, outlets, and sources while distinguishing between the ones that are credible and the ones that aren't. Just like the previous skill, media literacy is helpful for finding truth in a world that's saturated with information. This is how students find trustworthy sources of information in their lives. Without it, anything that looks credible becomes credible. But with it, they can learn which media outlets or formats to ignore. They also learn which ones to embrace, which is equally important. Last one, we have technology literacy. Understanding the machines that make the information age possible. So, technology literacy goes another step further to teach students about the machines involved in the information age. As computers, cloud programming, and mobile devices become more important to the world needs more people to understand those concepts. Technology literacy gives students the basic information they need to understand what gadgets perform what task and why. This understanding removes the intimidating feeling that technology tends to have. After all, if you don't understand how technology works, it might as well be magic. But technology literacy unmasks the high-powered tools that run today's world. As a result, students can adapt to the world more effectively. They can play an important role in its evolution, so they might even guide its future. But truly round out the students' 21st century skills, they need to learn from a third category. So we have the life skills or LIPS. Life skills is the final category, also called LIPS. These skills all pertain to someone's personal life, but they also bleed into professional settings. We also have the 5 21st century skills. First one, flexibility, deviating from plans as needed. Flexibility is the expression of someone's ability to adapt to changing circumstances. This is one of the most challenging qualities to learn for students because it's based on two uncomfortable ideas. First one, we have your way isn't always the best way. Second, you have to know and admit when you're wrong. That's a struggle for a lot of students, especially in an age when you can know any bit of information at the drop of a hat. Flexibility requires them to show humility and accept that they'll always have a lot to learn, even when they're experienced. Still, flexibility is crucial to a student's long-term success in a career. Knowing when to change, and how to react to change is a skill that will pay dividends for someone's entire life. It also plays a big role in the next skill in this category. So we have leadership, motivating a team to accomplish a goal. Now, leadership is someone's penchant for setting goals, walking a team through the steps required, and achieving those goals collaboratively. Whether someone's a seasoned entrepreneur or a fresh hire just starting their careers, leadership applies to career. Entry-level workers need leadership skills for several reasons. The most important is that it helps them understand the decisions that managers and business leaders make. Then, those entry-level employees can apply their leadership skills when they're promoted to middle management or the equivalent. This is where 21st century skills learners can apply the previous skills they've learned. It's also where they get the real-world experience they need to lead entire companies. As they lead individual departments, they can learn the ins and outs of their specific careers. That gives ambitious students the expertise they need to grow professionally and lead whole corporations. We also have initiative, starting projects, strategies, and plans on one's own. Now, true success also requires initiative, requiring students to be self-starters. Initiative only comes naturally to a handful of people. As a result, students need to learn it to fully succeed. This is one of the hardest skills to learn and practice. initiative often means working on projects outside of regular working hours. The rewards for students with extreme initiative vary from person to person. Sometimes they're good grades, other times they're new business ventures. So, regardless, it's spending an extra 30 minutes at their jobs wrapping something up before the weekend. Regardless, initiative is an attribute that earns rewards. It's especially indicative of someone's character in terms of work ethic and professional progress. That goes double when initiative is practiced with qualities like flexibility and leadership. Along with initiative, 21st century skills requires students to learn about productivity. That's a student's ability to complete work in an appropriate amount of time. In business terms, it's called efficiency. The common goal of any professional, from entry-level employee to CEO, is to get more done in less time. By understanding productivity strategies at every level, students discover the ways in which they work best while gaining an appreciation for how others work as well. That equips them with the practical means to carry out the ideas they determine through flexibility, leadership, and initiative. Still, there's one last skills that ties all other 21st century skills together. So we have social skills. Social skills are crucial to the ongoing success of a professional. Business is frequently done through the connections one person makes with others around them. This concept of networking is more active in some industries than others, but proper social skills are excellent tools for forging long-lasting relationships. While this may have been implied in past generations, the rise of social media and instant communication have changed the nature of human interaction. As a result, today's students possess a wide range of social skills. Some are more socially adept than others, some are far behind their peers, and some lucky few may be far ahead, as socializing comes naturally to them. But most students need a crash course in social skills at least. Etiquette, manners, politeness, and small talk still play major roles in today's world. That means some students need to learn them in an educational setting instead of a social setting. For them, it's another skills to add to their lives. Now that we've established what 21st century skills are, I hope this can give you an additional information or knowledge that regarding this topic or the 21st century skills. Again, this is Farhana M. Sambulato, and thank you for listening.